Morning has passed, so it's good afternoon. It's the 23rd of September 2021. It's day 5 of my trip on buses. I'm just in Maynooth, County Kildare. There's a bit outside Dublin, but also Dublin bus does operate out to here, so I'll be getting the bus back in to Dublin. And this is also affected by part of the Bus Connects programme. So the buses I'll be doing today is the 66 and the 67, which will become, as part of the Bus Connects programme, C3 and C4, which is the other end of the C spine. That's what I'm doing then. Especially, could be next month they could be changing that. Just say autumn. So we'll see, find out as time gets closer. And I need to get these buses on the C spine out of the way, as being told as part of phase 2. Maynooth is home to university, as well as having a castle, both of which are a short walk from the train station. Leixlip is the home to Intel's large manufacturing plant in Ireland. They also have a research facility in Shannon on the west coast of Ireland. The main street of Leixlip is located in the Leixlip Valley. Between Leixlip and Lucan, the bus travels on the N4 dual carriageway, and after Lucan it rejoins the N4 dual carriageway again. The M4 dual carriageway bypasses Lucan, Poundstown and Chapel Lizard. Also, it must have followed the old road that went through these villages originally. At reaching the junction with Chapel Lizard, the bus leaves the M4 to travel through Chapel Lizard and along the south side of the Phoenix Park through on Bridge into town. Also, the 67 bus follows this route from Lucan into the centre of Dublin. When the 67 and 66 buses changed to the routes C3 and C4, they will continue along the M4 dual carriageway, bypassing Chapel Lizard. A new bus route, the number 80, would take over the route into Chapel Lizard and along the south side of the Phoenix Park. Okay, now I got off the bus 66 at Iron Bridge Gate. Just from Chapel Lizard here, we're close over the River Liffey. It's going to be slightly different when it comes to C3. I think the 66 is. 1967 is C4 on the bus connect. It will stay to the Chapel Lizard bypass on the other side of Liffey, on the south side of Liffey. So I won't be coming to the north side to the C7 that way. Also the C3 and C4 will end at Rain's End when it becomes the bus connect. I'm not sure Merrion Square as they pressing go to. Also came here because it's the Phoenix Park. It's, as I said before, it's big. Another thing I'm going to see is the Magezine Fort, which is this closest gate to it, where the Ashton Gate's a bit further away from it than that. And really, it's the bus route is really how you get here. The trains, any train stations a bit too far, a bit longer work than that. Okay, the Magezine Fort here is a Bastille fort and was built in 1725 by the British Armed Forces when they occupied Ireland. It was handed over to the Irish Defence Forces in 1922 as part of the Anglo-Irish Agreement. It was still used for storing ammunition after this date until it was about 1980 when it was fully commissioned. And today it's owned by the Office of the Public Works. In the history of the fort, there was two notable raids. The first one occurred on the 24th of April 1916, when young members of Fiann and Aaron raided the fort. They done so by playing football on the football pitch and then kicked the ball over. When the guards on duty went to get the ball to kick it back, they climbed over into the fort and took everyone by surprise, wrote, firing a shot. They raided to get arms and that, and they tried to blow up the fort. The fuses, the fires that lit, burned out before they could do much damage, and very little damage was caused. So that's the first raid, and I'm going to talk about the second raid around the corner. The second raid happened on the 23rd of December 1939 by the Irish Republican Army, IRA to shorten it down. They stole weapons and more than £1 million of ammunition. And the stolen equipment was recovered over the number of weeks after the raid. One thing with the park, it's not as flat, and on this side it's actually on quite a height on the outside. The road going by the park on this side is downhill. Also, just from the seats here, you get a view of the River Liffey. Unfortunately, not everyone that comes to the park obeys the bylaws. And someone has broken, and that was one of the bylaws of not to litter the place. And obviously, maybe can't be in the evening. And that, especially when there's animals like deer running around as well. They could easily pick up, eat some litter, and cause problems for them. And that. Just around the Phoenix Park where the Magezine Fort is, and down across the Liffey to the south side is an oasis of green. There's only 3 buildings which are rowing clubs which access the Liffey at this point to do training that. The rest of it's not built up around, and that, so it makes a nice place. I think it's just after the Chapel is the bypass, which is due south, that you sort of get buildings being built up and that. No. Also, the million dollar question is, why do us end a sentence with the word that most of the time? Merrion Square. I've just taken a walk around the park. It's quite busy, so I didn't record in there. The thing with the 66, it should have been the first bus coming, so when I saw a bus coming, I put out my hand. Instead of 66A, it was a bit early, and the 66 to pass. But then we kind of back car pushes and that. Also, it takes the same route, 66A and 66 take the same route, so it doesn't matter too much. Just now I'm going to do the 67 back to Maynooth by Selbridge. One of the changes in the bus connects to the C4, I think it is, unless it mixed up in C3. But I think it's C4, yeah. It will be cut and finished at Selbridge, and that it won't go all the way to Maynooth as it does now. Also, this thing about Merrion Square Shard, well, there's a lot of different statues in there, and especially some ones where I went in. I'm not sure exactly what it's for. Just have 4 soldiers around flying encased in glass, all kind of image. There's also quite interesting playground. If you have kids and that, you can bring them. That's just to the side. Also near here, as well, is the National Museum and the National Gallery. the moment the gate to the National Museum is closed. So I think on the website it's going to be closed until maybe restrictions change now. Not sure about the National Gallery is open, but they're both free to go around. Also I was thinking about backtracking a little bit to the Book of Kells, except it's late in the day and that, so I can do it in the time on a different bus route. So now's time to catch the bus. The second race happened on the 23rd of December 1939 by the Irish Republican Army, IRA to shorten down, who raises the fort to get weapons and armour